Hello and welcome back to Saxophone 101 episode number 2. So in this short video I'm just going to say a few words about chromatic scales, why you should be playing them and how useful they are to your technique. Here we go. Okay, so grade 3 for ABRSM is the first grade where we need to play a chromatic scale, 1 octave on G. Now personally on the saxophone, I think it's really good if you can practice learning these side keys, and I think chromatic scales are great for this. So instead of swapping the finger here on the B to C, we can just use the side key C there, and it kind of just gets you... So if I go from G, I can add a key for the G sharp, 2 off, and then I can add a key for the B flat, then 2 off, add a key for the side key C, 2 off, and you can kind of go up and down in that order. And then when I get to the D, I can add a key for the D sharp and then 2 fingers off. And then here, F to F sharp. Now, a lot of saxophone pupils don't like using this F sharp key, but I think as a clarinet player, you know, it's so ingrained in your technique that I've used that key quite happily. So F to F sharp, you know, the key is there, so let's get on with it and let's play it. So again, so E, F, add a key on the F sharp and then 2 fingers off. And then of course you can do the exact same keywork on the way back down. So G to G sharp. And then 2 fingers off for the A. Side key B flat, 1 key on, 2 fingers off. And then 1 key on for the side key C and then 2, both hands off. I think you're getting the idea, aren't you? So if you learn these patterns, they really are useful. And just learning that set pattern will really instill itself in your technique, hopefully. Okay, so let's take it a step further. Perhaps we're, moving up to grade 4 or 5, and we now need to be able to play a 2 octave scale, 2 octave chromatic scale. So let's go from D, shall we? Again, I'm going to kind of use the same keywork really. So D, little finger, one finger on for the D sharp, 2 fingers off for the E, and then I'm going to go F, and then a finger on and 2 off, a finger on, 2 off, a finger on, 2 off, a finger on, 2 off, and I'm kind of just going to do, and then of course that keywork is repeated again on the saxophone as you use the octave key. So it really is, it's a lot easier than clarinet, I have to say, so it's quite straightforward. So from D, and on the D, on these palm keys, just try and wrap your hand around the instrument carefully. I kind of mentioned on the episode 1 about the posture, is just be careful you haven't got this wrist up in a really awkward position. I know it looks, really crazy, but again, you'd be surprised. So don't put that wrist up in an awkward position. Just keep it, keep that wrist in a comfortable place, and just wrap your hand around the instrument for those palm keys. So on the way up there, I kind of did those chromatic keys all the way up. I used the 4th finger on the F sharp key there. I used both side keys for the B flat and the C. And then on the way down, I can just do that exact same keywork on the way back down as well. Now perhaps for grade 3, might be pushing it to learn all these side keys and the extra keys and the F sharp key. But I think if you're doing grade 4 and 5, you need to really now be getting a bit more used to the instruments and start to use all the buttons on there and all the keys. So I think really try and use this F sharp key with the 4th finger and just get a bit more fluent with these side keys as well, and it really does help. And of course try different articulations as well, so make sure you're not just practicing them slurred. Maybe some tongued. Personally I prefer legato tongued, sounds a bit more musical. could even just for a bit of extra practice, try some different articulations on that as well. Maybe slur to, tongue to. Or maybe staccato. So as I've said before, I'm always really surprised on how poor pupils are at playing chromatic scales. Sorry pupils, you know, if you're one of my pupils. But I've noticed that most pupils don't play them very fluently. So don't be one of those pupils, you know, put some time in there. Every time you put the instrument together, just, you know, rattle up and down the instrument. You know, you're not playing a bit of music. You don't have to think about really what notes you play. And as I've said, so all good practice, as I've said. Have a bit of fun with those. Include those into your warm-up. So I think I'm going to wrap this one up now. So if you've enjoyed the video and you want to click on the like button, if that's the thing you're into, then please do. But I think that's it for this one. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.